are you, boy, and what's that you got into?
These are the kind of royal raiments we's going to be wearing over at your castle.
What?
Hey, Mr. Drysdale called you? You done inherited the doggone castle over to England.
Go on.
Yeah, one of them great big rascals with them open a drawstring.
You grinning me?
No, sir. I was over at the bank when Mr. Drysdale got to work. So I went over to the studio and got us some Queen Elizabeth clothes.
Queen Elizabeth?
Oh, yes, sir. Well, she's the Queen of England. I looked her up in a book, and these are the kind of clothes you got to wear around her.
Everybody?
Wait, just us royal folks. This here was wore by Francis Drake.
Well, I hope it looked better on her.
Francis Drake was a man, a fighting man, a sailor.
Any sailor run around like that better be a fighting man.
Dad, have you seen... Oh, excuse me, ma'am. I know that you... Jethro!
Sir Jethro, head varlet to His Majesty the Earl of Clamber.
Jed, what is this?
You don't call him Jed. Why, he is royalty, and you're just a commoner, one of his oafs. You got to bow and scrape and grovel in front of him. And me too, because I'm his royal nephew.
Give me that piece of leather.
You don't hit the boy.
Hit me? Her? Well, I'd have a throat in the dungeon like that. Oafs don't run around hitting members of the royal family. No, sir, no. Never. Now you done it. Now you done it. Wait till the Queen hears about this. You done laid your hands on my royal person.
You don't get your royal person into some decent clothes, I'm gonna lay more than hands on you.
Really? The boy's excited. He got a hold of some story about me inheriting the castle. Let's listen to what he got to say.
I ain't listening to no nut that runs around in velvet bloomers and wears a woman's hat.
These here is royal raiments. This here is what the Queen favors for her knights.
What she sleeps in is her own business.
Mr. Drysdale just called him. That you, Jethro?
Forsooth and verily, my royal maid. Bend your knee to His Highness next of kin, you Saxon dog.
What did you call me?
When you gonna get it through your peasant head that you ain't got royal blood like us?
Now, hold on, Jethro.
But, Uncle Jed, it's true. I mean, sire, she's just your mother-in-law. She ain't blood kin to you like Ellie and me, but that makes her a vassal. She's got to do our bidding and walk 3 paces behind us.
That's nonsense.
No. That's all right, Jed. I don't mind walking behind Jethro.
That's more like it, knave. Then when we struts around the castle, she brings up the rear.
That bring it up enough, or do you want another one?
Ellie Mae, what did Mr. Drysdale say?
Oh, he's on his way over. You done inherited yourself a castle.
See? I told you. Quick, everybody. Let's get into our royal raiment. After you, Oaf.
Oh, this is fabulous. Fabulous! I can see it now. The presentation at court. Knighted. A seat in the House of Lords. Luncheon with the Prime Minister. Tea with the Queen.
Chief, Mr. Clappett is hardly prepared for such honors.
Not him, me. I'll handle things just like I do here. The Clampetts will stay at the castle. I'll be up in London, receiving the honors, banking the money.
What money?
From the tenants who live on the 10,000 acres surrounding the castle.
Now, don't get your hopes up too high. If I know Mr. Clappett, he may decide not to go to England at all.
What do you mean? He's got to go. I've got to go. England is my kind of country. That's where I want to live.
But what if your wife doesn't want to go?
You think there's a chance?
I should say don't get your hopes up. The way of royalty is not the way of the Clappetts. They're plain, simple country people with no desire to...
Dad, this and howdy. Royal cousin, some commoners is here. How you like my castle dress, ain't it pretty?
Beautiful.
Yes, but Ellie, they don't wear things.
Quiet.
Doggone! When you hear someone knocking at the moat, you're supposed to let down the drawstring. Tell me something. How do you housebreak a oaf?
Oh?
I done got her oaf's clothes and everything, but she won't grovel worth shucks. Hey, Oaf! Come on in here.
Jethro says if I don't grovel, the Queen is gonna throw me in the Tower of London. and feed me to the bee feeders.
That is absolutely preposterous.
See? I told you.
No, I mean... Well, I can see there's a general misconception about modern-day England, which I shall clarify without further ado. Granny, there is no serfdom. You are not an oath. And Jethro, even members of the peerage no longer have the power to rule the lives of others. And Ellie Mae, these costumes are strictly for pageantry. And there is no debtor's prison, no torture for those overdrawn at the bank.
Will you stop putting England down?
You mean the Queen ain't gonna feed me to the bee feeders?
Of course not.
Why, you?
Oh, Mr. Dean, if you've done committed high treason against the crown and cited an oath, your head is going to roll.
You better hang on to yours, too.
Don't you touch me, or the royal executioner will lop off your offended member. I am the head varlet to His Majesty, the Earl of Clampett.
Oh, where is the Earl?
He's up in the turret, putting on his royal raiment.
Hey, Paul, we got company.
No, not like that. By your leave, sire, two vassals beseech your audience.
I ain't coming down wearing these fancy duds.
Oh, please, Mr. Clampett. I mean your lordship. Grant us a boon. We humbly petition your royal presence.
Yeah, come on.
Hey, Paul.
Well, all right. This wasn't my idea.
Hot dog. Now you're going to see some class. All hail His Majesty, Earl of Clampett. Kneel, oath.
Yes, Oath. Trying to ruin my life, wreck my career, shatter my dream. I get the Clampetts all steamed up to go to England and claim their castle, and you destroy everything with your big money.
What are you raving about? All I did was tell the truth.
That's what I'm raving about. Cut it out.
I know you consider this a great financial opportunity for you and your bank. But think about the Clampetts for a moment.
Okay. That's long enough. Now let's think about me and my bank.
Be reasonable. You'll be in London in your counting house. But those poor, simple hill folk will suddenly find themselves cast adrift in a society so steeped in tradition, so rigid with protocol, they'll be completely lost. They won't know what to do or say or who to turn to.
They'll turn to Lady Jane Hathaway. Who else?
Oh, well, if you have someone...
Lady Jane Hathaway.
Me?
You.
Chief, I'm just plain Jane Hathaway.
Do you think the Crown will overlook your services in converting the peasants of Possum Ridge into the keepers of Clampett Castle?
Chief, this is ridiculous. I could never expect...
Didn't you tell me your ancestors were English?
Oh, yes, my great-grandfather and my...
Blood will tell. You belong in the castle. To the man of all, Lady Jane Hathaway of Hathaway Hall.
Hathaway Hall.
Mr. Drydale, I think we better pass on this going to England business. We don't belong in no castle.
Oh, you don't say that. Why, you love Hathaway Hall. Clampett Castle.
You said...
Oh, she's changed her mind. She didn't have the complete picture.
No, I do feel you should investigate the situation, Mr. Clampett. You might find that you'd enjoy the English country life.
This place in the country, isn't it?
Oh, yes. The castle sits in the middle of 10,000 acres.
Oh, that'd be a heap of land to work.
Oh, you don't have to work the land.
Well, we couldn't depend on Granny. She got her back up by being old.
Granny wouldn't have to work either.
She sure ain't gonna get Jethro behind no mule dressed in them head varlet clothes.
None of you has to work the land. You just enjoy it. You see, it's mostly forests and streams.
Yes, you'd spend your time stalking deer, shooting grouse, fishing, riding to the hounds.
Excuse me, Paul. If and we ain't going to England, can I change back into my breeches?
Look by the fetching, Ellie.
Isn't she beautiful? Can't you just see her dancing in the ballroom of the castle?
Yes, with a long line of handsome young Englishmen waiting their turn.
Oh, Ellie'd meet some fellers, would you?
Oh, Mr. Clampett, your lovely daughter would be the belle of the countryside.
Well, doggy. This hill has got more taters in it than I figured.
Oh, going, Paul?
Well, we'll study on it. It'll take some doing to swing your granny around.
Ain't nobody throwing me in the Tower of London. Chopping off nothing, neither. Not a dead blame nonsense.
Get back into your oats clothes.
You get in them.
Hold on there. Are you revolting?
not as revolting as you.
Hey, listen. We can't show up at our castle without we got us a royal oath.
I ain't open for nobody.
Hey, wait a minute, Granny. You go along as an oath, and quick as we get settled, I'll promote you. I'll make you a scullion or a sir. How about a churl or a common skull? Hey, wait a minute. You could be a wedge. How about a shrew or a loud?
Do I have critters at the castle?
Hundreds of them. There's a private game preserve.
I'll go get them ready for the trip.
Now, wait, Ellie. It ain't for positive sure where he's going.
Just a minute, Allie. Hold on.
Don't worry, it's in the bag.
I hope you're right.
Where's Jeff?
He just went out the back door.
Please, Granny. Commence as an oath. You won't have to grovel. Just cringe a little. Oh, gone. There goes the trip to England.
What do you mean?
A head varlet has got to have himself an oath. Do you think I want to show up over there looking like a dumbbell?
Certainly not. But maybe if...
No use talking about it, Mr. Drysdale. I ain't going if I can't go like royalty. And that takes an oath.
Sir Jethro, I have never let you down yet. One oath coming up.
No, not Lady Jane.
Dog! She's even more oath than Granny.
Yes, isn't she a beauty? Good and sturdy. Show the young master your teeth.
This is gonna make Granny happy. Now she can be a drudge or a troll or something. Hey, Granny, good news.
Chief, surely you wouldn't send me to England like this.
They sent us Twiggy, didn't they?
I resign.
Oh, no, come on, relax. I was joking. It was just to keep Jethro happy.
Well, somebody should tell Jethro that he's looked up the wrong Queen Elizabeth in his 400 years in the past.
All in good time. Now, let's not rock a happy boat. Now, you get busy and arrange for passports and buy airline tickets for all of us.
Right, Chief. I'll hurry and change.
What do you mean? Change. Maybe oaths go for half hair.
What are you doing dressed like that?
I'm going to the passport office with the rest of you.
Not wearing royal raiment, you ain't. You give a drudge an inch and she takes a mile.
Now, hold on. Jed says I'm just as good as the rest of you. He says I'm the royal granny.
He can't just say so. But there's got to be a ceremony. Did he take his sword out and drub you?
Of course not.
Then it ain't official.
Tis too.
Tain't either. Boy, if Queen Elizabeth ever finds out the shortcut you peasants is taking, she... Oh, shucks. Kneel down, I'll do it myself.
Paul! Paul! Come already! Jethro's done got a knife on Granny!
What's all the commotion out there? Granny, you all right?
It's Sir Granny now. I've done been dropped.
That's right, Paul. We's all one big royal family.
You ain't going to the passport office dressed like that, are you?
Put on your royal duds.
Like us.
Sure.
Now, just a minute. We's going to a U.S. government office, right?
Right?
Right.
Well, is it respectful to show up at a place like that wearing strange clothes?
No, it ain't. So get out of it.
Things look proper. Like us.
Yeah, sure.
Granny, what's proper around a castle in England is one thing, and we'll be the judge of that when we get there. But as long as we's in this country, we're going to dress American. Now, get changed.
Oh,
Gone.
Just when I was all decked out like a grand lady.
Howdy, is this the place where you get passports?
That's, right.
We take 4 of them, please, sir. Thank you.
Well, I'll take your applications one at a time. Who would like to be first?
I'll go first, because I was the one with the education. That way they can see how it's done.
Fine. Raise your right hand, please. Swear the statements you're about to make to be the truth.
Yes, sir.
State your name, please,
Jethro.
and your surname.
Sir Jethro.
Sir Jethro.
Yes, sir. Sir Jethro de Bodine, head varlet to the royal family.
That's the royal family.
Yes, sir. The big one is the Earl of Clampett himself. The girl is my royal cousin. And the little one, she used to be an oaf, but I done knighted her.
I see.
His Majesty didn't want us to wear no royal raiments till we got over to our castle.
You have a castle.
Yes, sir. One of them great big rascals with a wall around it and towers and dungeons and such.
And bars on the windows.
Sure.
Lots of attendants.
A castle ain't a castle without its crawling with varlets and trolls and churls and such.
And keepers. Tell me something, Sir Jethro. Is this a rib?
No, sir. That's a nose.
Oh, my goodness.
You can't catch me on questions like that. I studied to be a brain surgeon.
A brain surgeon.
Yes, sir. Ain't that right, Uncle Jed?
What's that, boy?
Pretty near become a brain surgeon, didn't I?
That's right. He was tore twixt that and being a fry cook.
Oh, I get it. Where's the hidden camera? You guys really have me going there. Come on, where's the camera? Do we need any makeup?
Well, right here, huh?
Hi, Alan. Love your show. Great bunch you got together.
Hey, mister, you gonna give us our passport?
Sure. I'm the royal passport granter. Hi, Margaret. It's Joe. I'm on hidden camera. Hi, kids. It's Daddy. I'm on television.
He acts like his sword on hit a knot.
Listen, you. Come down from there. We're busy.
Oh, a miniature. One of those old Japanese jobs.
I ain't neither.
Hey, Alan, you really had me fooled. On the good side.
We'll come back another time. You get some rest.
Sit down. Put your feet up.
So long.
Bye.
Come on. Where are you? Where you got it? You're in some place here, Alan.
He's the U.S. government. I'm kind of glad we was going to England.
Excuse me, Miss Jane, but I reckon you'd be wanting to wear this on the plane.
Oh, Jethro, you dear, thoughtful boy.
It's your oath suit. You left it at the house.
Oh, but you don't really... I can't arrive in England wearing this.
You know, just a doggone minute. You and Mr. Drysdale promised me I'd have an oath.
And we never break our promise.
Oh, Chief.
England expects every oath to do her duty. Pardon me, chaps. I must speak to one of my clerks.
It's bad enough I got to travel without my royal raiment and my falcon, but a knight just can't show up without his oath. It just ain't done.
I like that about you, Jethro. You want to be authentic.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's why I can't be your oath.
Uh-huh.
I looked it up, but an oath is a man.
Yeah, come to think of it, all the pictures I seen of oaths and knaves and such was men.
There you are.
Yeah, but where am I going to find me a man oath this late?
Not all beings here in a fortnight or so. Miss Hathaway, Sir Jethro is waiting for his oath.
And we never break a promise, do we, Chief?
Never.
1 oath coming up.
That's the spirit.
I got me a real for sure off. Let's go. Let's go.
Now, Jethro, wait. You don't want to be seen with me like this. I just spent $500 for that beautiful English outfit. Now, can't let that go to waste. How about it?
Yeah, you're right. Let's go.
You look fine, Granny.
Sure there's no light showing through, Ellie.
You wearing 6 petticoats.
Well, a woman has to be special cheerful in England. I hear the sun never sets there.
Jethro back in?
No, he ain't. And if he makes us late, I'm gonna throw him to the beef eaters.
Hip, hip. Well, let's go, chaps.
I told you he wasn't going to put on no airs.
Oh, I'm just wearing this to please Mr. Drysdale. He don't want it to go to waste.
Where is Mr. Drysdale?
Him and Miss Jane is going to take a later flight.
How come?
Well, like he says, wouldn't do for no oath to be seen getting off the same plane with us royal folks.
The last time, I'm telling you, we ain't going to put on no airs.
Don't worry. I understand. How about it?
Too late to undo it now. We'll miss our plane.
Yeah, we's gonna be late.
Hey, that throne ain't for you. It's for His Royal Highness.
Let's go, boy.
But Uncle Jed, that throne is...
Drive on, boy.
You take the oath out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the oath. Hot dog, we's on our way to London now.
Sit down, Jethro. You rocked the airplane.
Sure wish Mr. Drysdale and Miss Jane was along.
Me too, Ellie. We're going to be strangers in a strange land.
Will y'all stop worrying? You're traveling with an educated man.
But you only graduated to 6th grade.
Ellie, you can't fall 12 years of schooling.
Did you learn anything about England?
Are you kidding? I studied 2 years of English.
Think you can find our castle?
Of course I can, Your Royal Majesty.
Don't call me that.
But, sire...
Shh. Told you I don't want to put on no airs.
Okay, then I'll just call you sire.
Is everything all right here?
Finest frogs here, ma'am.
He just talks country like that when he's around you peasants. Actually, that there is His Royal Highness, the Earl of Clampett.
Oh. And the two ladies?
The young one with the yeller hair, that's my royal cousin. And the little one with the big mouth, that's the royal granny. I'm His Majesty's head varlet, Sir Jethro de Bodine, Knight of the Round Table. He's heading for our castle.
I see.
You want to sit down and talk? Well, there's 2 seats that was being held for Mr. Drysdale, the royal oath, and his secretary. But he said they don't allow oaths on this flight. But I reckon you know that.
Oh, no, it comes as a complete surprise.
He's flying over later, quick as he gets his oath suit broke in.
Chief, I brought your clothes. Where are you?
Anybody with you?
No, I'm quite alone.
If you weren't a traitor, you'd be wearing this.
Well, if you weren't chicken, you'd be on that plane.
Like this?
Well, at least the Clampetts wouldn't be alone with Sir Jethro as their leader.
Oh, they're all right. I've got a friend at the airline keeping track of them. Besides, the flight they're taking lands only once in San Francisco. Then non-stop to London. So what can happen? Hello? Oh, Jim! How's my royal family doing? Hey, what? No. Well, find them.
Chief, what happened?
They left the plane in San Francisco. They think it's London.
Yeah, this is the Dandy Hill, driver. Okay, everybody, poke your heads up. Now, as we look out over the famous old city of London, the first thing we notice is a famous old English channel, right down yonder. And going across it there, the famous old London Bridge. Oh, and off to the left there, we see the famous old White Cliffs of Dover. And yonder, straight across the channel, you can see the coast of France.
What's that little place down there in the water?
Huh? Oh, that there is one of them British Isles.
Excuse me, buddy. Just where do you think you are?
Ain't this London?
No, this is San Francisco. What you've been pointing to is Alcatraz, El Cerrito, and San Leandro.
How do you like that? We done overshot England and landed in Spain.
Welcome back.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. I'm sorry you had to wait for us.
Oh, we're glad to do it. Where were you?
The royal nut there was showing us the White Cliffs of Oakland.
Good ride the boy.
Well, he thinks he's so all-fired smart.
Yeah, and he didn't know London from San Francisco.
Well, it just so happens they both look a heap alike from the air. They both got 7 hills.
I believe that's Rome.
Huh? Where? I always wanted to see the pyramids.
My mistake. Look, it's almost dinner time. How about some food?
Well, help yourself, honey. We got a whole basket full there.
Granny brought along everything from sapsucker giblets to possum shanks.
Well, you see,
didn't know you were going to bring all this food, so we have complete dinners ready to be served. They're included in the fare.
Hear that, youngins? We're going to have a fair.
A pizza picnic?
You gonna have sideshows and freaks?
If you ain't, you can borrow ours.
Wait till we get to London. You're gonna be flawed through the fleet.
Sit down, Granny.
Excuse me.
Get up and help the young lady.
Just a minute, ma'am. I'll help you.
Oh, thank you, but I have help.
It ain't that, ma'am. You see, I'm the royal taster.
Royal taster.
Yes, ma'am. You can't give His Highness and them no victuals without I taste them first.
Very well, Sir Jethro.
Ed, when do you reckon that fair's gonna commence? I'm getting hungry.
Me too, Pa. What could be taking them so long? They got Jethro helping.
You just answered your own question.
Be patient. There's a heap of work to setting up a fair. You got to have sawdust to spread around.
Jethro's got a whole head full.
Get off the boy's back. This royalty business has got him stirred up, but he means well.
Excuse me, do you still have that basket of food?
Sure do, honey. You need it?
I think we might. The royal taster's just gone through 12 steak dinners.
The royal buzzard, the beast of Bugcastle, the creature that's gonna eat England. Get out of there, you 6.5-foot stomach!
Lafayette is here.
That's France.
Huh? France? Hey, y'all, come on back. We done overshot England again.
No, I meant... Well, never mind. This is England.
Are you sure about it this time?
Absolutely.
Well, it's been nice meeting you. Hey, come on out to the castle sometime and see me when I'm wearing my armor.
Thank you.
Hey, have you ever been a damsel in distress?
Yes, for about 6,000 miles.
I beg your pardon. Are you by any chance Mr. Clampett?
Yes, sir. Jed Clampett.
Mr. Drysdale telephoned and asked me to meet you. I'm Cedric Giles Evans of the firm of solicitors representing the estate of your distant cousin, the late Marcus.
Well, I'm very pleased to meet you, Mr. Evans. This here is Granny and my daughter, Ellie.
Howdy.
That is?
He says that my cousin Marcus is late.
He's deceased.
Oh, well, he's in luck, because Granny's a doctor.
What kind of disease has he got?
Well, I'll have to figure that out, Ellie Mae, when I examine him. Thank goodness I brought my medical supplies with me. Is Cousin Marcus up at the castle?
Well, yes, but you see, he's been laid to rest.
What's this?
That's Tennessee tranquilizer. One of my best homemade cures.
What does it cure?
What do you got?
Madam, I'm afraid my government would not approve of this homemade cure.
I ain't too happy about it neither.
I mean to say, I cannot permit you to bring it into the country. You should have emptied this jug before you boarded the plane.
If I'd have emptied that jug, I wouldn't have needed no plane.
See that these medical supplies are impounded.
Yes, sir.
Now, wait a minute. I need them things.
Granny? You still in here?
Oh, come in, Mr. Clampett. This is our chief customs inspector.
Howdy.
How do you do? I'm Chumley.
No, he ain't dead. He's mean. Cousin Marcus is laying at death's door, and he's fixing to pound my jug and stuff.
I wouldn't pound that jug if I was you. We could all be laying at death's door. That stuff will blow stumps.
We only plan holding these supplies pending inspection.
Don't believe him dead. He's a man of loose morals. It's true, Jed. He's a regular rip. Why, he flung open my bag, fondled my flimsies, and then wouldn't call a preacher.
That cold of the hills don't hold here.
It holds in the four corners of the earth. I say throw down on him with your shotgun.
No, that ain't no way to commence a visit.
Well, at least whoop him and get my medicine back.
Granny, I hear tell that London is a right good-sized town. They ought to have at least one drugstore.
There we are. Sorry for the delay.
No harm done.
No harm done. If Cousin Marcus dies, he's to blame. And if that happens, you're gonna catch it, you fresh young whippersnapper.
Young whippersnapper. Madam, I'm a sexagenarian.
To hear that, Jetty admits it. Shame on you, Doreen. Get me to a drugstore. I said get me to a drugstore.
Be quiet, Granny.
This don't look like no drugstore to me.
No, madam, this is where my office is located. It's most urgent that I confer with my colleagues immediately.
Oh, you want us to come along?
No, I want to warn them. That is to brief them. Bradshaw will show you London. I'll, see you later.
Let's go see the Queen.
Yeah, take us to the Tower of London.
My thing is I'm walking to the drugstore.
Now, Granny, Mr. Evans said to forget you're a doctor while you're here.
Never. This town needs every doctor it can get. What with folks driving on the wrong side of the street. Kid, I have swore an oath to heal the sick and ease the suffering of mankind. And I aim to take medicine to that castle.
Now, you can't go on foot.
Then I'll ride a bobby.
What's a bobby?
I don't know. But I heard tell that they'll help you get wherever you want to go.
Boy, this is embarrassing to a sophisticated head varlet like me. Driver, follow them two ignorant hay shakers. Hey, your microphone's heating up.
Are you sure this is where you buy medicine?
Positive, sir.
How long you aim to be here, Granny?
Oh, quite a spell, Ellie. I have to start from scratch. Everything from larkspur to leeches.
Let's go sightseeing and pick her up later.
No, I don't want to leave her alone again, Jethro. You and Ellie run on ahead and say your howdies to the Queen.
Let's go. Mr. Giles Evans asked me to give you this English money.
Well, that's real nice of him.
That's £25, sir.
What's that, Jed?
Well, it's supposed to be 25 pounds of English money. But whoever weighed it must have had his thumb on the scale.
Madam, good day, sir. Can I be of any assistance?
Well, yes, sir, I believe so. Thank you. The doctor here is wanting to stock up on medicine.
You're a doctor?
I am. You a druggist?
Definitely.
Well, here you are. Just fill it up with the standard items.
The standard items.
That's right. Buckeye, snake port, dog bane, horse mint, spider web, eye of a newt.
You're one of those, Doctor. Well, now, let me see if I can remember the formula from Macbeth. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog, adder's fork.
Now there's a druggist.
I do rather pride myself on my Shakespeare.
I never tried that. But if you recommend it, I'll take some.
Take some Shakespeare?
How do you sell it over here? By the bag or by the bottle?
Well, I should say that we sell Shakespeare by the volume, by the play, by the sonnet.
Well, give me half a sonnet. I don't want him to think I don't know my business.
You're holding your own just fine, Granny.
If I could write the beauty of your eyes, and in fresh numbers number all your graces, the age to come would say the poet lies. Such heavenly touches ne'er touched earthly faces.
What do you make of that, Jim?
She's kind of took a shine to you.
Let's get back to my Shakespeare.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date.
He just can't get his mind on business.
Told you, Granny. That rascal's took me.
Glad you're with me, Jed. He's kind of bold. Tell you what, I'll take a whole sonnet of that Shakespeare.
May I suggest some Venus and Adonis?
If it's good stuff.
Touch but my lips with those fair lips of thine. Though mine be not so fair, yet are they red. The kiss shall be thine own, as well as mine.
Why don't you take a walk, Jed?
What about your duty to Marcus?
Who?
Cousin Marcus laying sick in the castle. Your patient.
Patience I can get, Jed. But at my age, suitors are kind of scared.
I'd best stay. Doggies, if I don't think we got a hold of another one of them sexagenarians.
Are you sure this is where the Queen lives?
Quite sure, sir. This is Buckingham Palace.
Hand me the bucket, Ellie.
What you fixing to do with that water?
I'm fixing to make my fortune, that's what.
Well, all you're liking is the bottle.
Ellie, man, ain't you never read no history? This is how Sir Walter Raleigh become famous.
What you mean?
Well, one day, Queen Elizabeth come sashaying out of the palace. There was this here puddle. Well, quick as a wink, Sir Walt took off his coat, laid it on the puddle for the Queen to walk over. Well, she was so tickled, she hauled off and gave him Virginia.
Virginia, huh?
Thank goodness there's one intelligent member of this here family.
Certainly, Mr. Faversham.
What do you think, Granny?
It'll look much better after we've whitewashed it.
Whitewashed it?
Jethro, you help Mr. Bradshaw with the bag.
Can't I get you two wheat benders to understand? We don't got to do no more work. We got oafs and naifs and serfs for that.
They do everything, Jethro?
Of course. If they don't, we flog them.
Hush that kind of talk, boy.
But royal folks is always flogging serfs. It's a sport of kings. If we get tired of flogging them, we just drag them to the dungeon and pile them up on a rack.
Oh, I say that's enough.
Hang them by the thumb, boy.
Look at yonder.
They heard you.
Royal Mouth has done it again.
Come on back, everybody. Jethro was only funning.
I'll handle him, sire. Hold you sacks of dogs, or I'll take a flog to you. See how they come to heel when a royal talk 'em? All right, let's see what we got here. How many is oafs? All oafs take one step forward. How about serfs? Any serfs in the crowd? Knaves? Churls? Louts? Is anybody here a swineherd?
Having trouble, boy?
Yeah, they won't talk.
They snickering a good bit.
I reckon I better send for the royal flogger.
I beg your pardon, sir.
How long since this dog's been flogged?
They've never been flogged.
See, I told you. Spare the flog and spoil the oath.
I take it you are Mr. Clampett, sir.
Yes, sir. Jed Clampett. This here is Jethro, and women folks there is Granny and Ellie Mae.
Hey, Ellie, Granny, come on over and meet the royal flogger.
No, sir. I am Major Domo of the castle.
Oh, pleased to meet you, Mr. Domo. Or would you rather I called you Major?
Yes, sir, you don't quite understand. Domo is short for domicile.
Oh, Granny, Ellie Mae, shake hands with Mr. Domicile.
Faversham.
Faversham to you two.
Same here, Mr. Domicile.
He shortened it to Domo.
I reckon we ought to call him Major.
Major will do nicely.
All right, well, I got to get busy and go tonight. Come on, Ellie, you can help me with my armor. Oh, say, Major, is there any limit on dragons?
You are at liberty to slay as many as you can find.
Dog, we's going to have dragon jowls tonight.
Quite a jokester.
When it comes to eating, Jethro, don't joke.
You haven't met the staff, have you?
Faversham, everybody.
Faversham. Nice-looking folks. Slipped my mind, too. I'll fetch your bag.
How is Cousin Marcus?
Are you by any chance referring to the late Marquis?
Yeah, but I think you folks ought to stop calling him that. He can't help it if he's late. Poor man, laying up there sick and no doctor. But I'll cure him.
Afraid you're too late.
What you mean?
He was taken by General Peritonitis last month.
Oh. Well, I'll tell Jed.
Then it's all right if I leave for London, sir.
Sure, sure. I'm glad to hear Mr. Drysdale coming in. Here's your bag.
Jed, I'm too late to help your Cousin Marcus.
What you mean?
They brung in an army doctor, General Peritonitis.
I'm a friend of the Major.
Well, I'm going to look in on him anyway. I don't trust them army doctors. They're too fast with the saw.
Now, see here, Teddy. I know you miss the old master, but if Mr. Faversham finds you on this bed, he'll be in a snit. Well, the new owner's here.
Hello? Anybody up here?
Oh, dear. Be very quiet.
Howdy, miss. I'm looking for the Marcus's room.
This is the room of the late Marquis, Ma'am.
Oh, I do wish you folks would stop bad-mouthing him. That army sawbones around him.
I don't understand, Mom.
Well, never mind. You run along. I just want to take a look.
But, Mom, I should warn you, the old dog...
Now, I can take care of him. I've done run into two of your biggest sexagenarians. You scat, leave it to me. Well, the old rascal can't be too sick if he's got her skittish. Cousin Marcus, I'm Jed's kin from across the water. I've come to help doctor you. How does that set with you? Now, none of that. You've got to think of me as a doctor, not as a beautiful woman. All right. We ain't gonna open the drapes. It'll just give you high blood. From your breathing, I best check your pulse. Now, give me your hand. But don't get grabby now. Well, at least they're keeping you warm. Feels like a fur nightshirt. But your arms are kind of thin. And them nails needs trimming something off. Let's see if you got a fever. They've let your hair grow down over your eyes. Heaven knows how long since you've had a shave. I never did see the likes of treating sick folks like this. It's terrible. It's terrible. Marcus, you're at death's door.
How do we look, Ellie?
Well, if you was smoking, you'd look like a pot-bellied stuff.
You go to assassin all night. This here armor makes me invincible.
What you mean?
It means you can't hurt me. Hey, go ahead and hit me, I'll show you. That sure sets a feller's ears to ringing. I'm gonna get you for that.
Did I hear the dinner going?
Heck no. Ellie done hit me in the head with an axe.
You should have waited till the boy had his iron hat on.
Well, he did have it on. Said it made him invincible.
Man, I sure hope they got some dragon dogs around this castle. The way my ears is ringing, I'll never hear that rascal coming.
Oh, can I go dragon hunting with Jethro?
Yeah, let her come. I'll use her for bait.
You won't?
I will, too. I will, too.
No, I got other plans for Ellie. According to Mr. Drysdale, there is English gentlemen coming to call.
That ain't the way it's done around the castle. Well, she got to be a damsel in distress before they come.
What do you mean?
She gets up on the tower in her damsel dress and commences bellowing, "Help, save me." Then all the knights, it's out question, comes galloping up to rescue her. Well, she picks the one she likes, and they get trothed and live happy ever after. As the dumb old damsel clouts him in the head with an axe.
Put on your damsel dress and practice bellowing.
Yes, sir, Pal.
I think I'll put an edge on this and split some kindling. We got a lot of fireplaces in this castle.
Oh, please, I mean, prithee, sire, don't do that. Do you think King Arthur would split kindling?
Oh, I can't say.
No. He'd just summon a royal kindling splitter.
I don't mind doing it.
But it ain't knight's work. You got to save your strength for slaying dragons, rescuing damsels in distress, and lifting a siege.
What's a siege?
I don't know, but they's heavy. Even Lancelot and Galahad in that bunch had trouble lifting sieges.
Maybe that's what this is for.
Your cousin Marcus is laying upstairs with one foot in the grave.
Did you find out what he's got?
Yeah, a rotten doctor. I better take over or he'll die of neglect.
Well, now, Granny, I spoke to the major about you doctoring, and he said forget it. They got something here called socialized medicine.
Yeah. Cousin Marcus needs medicine, and the doctor's out socializing. Hey, Jeffy's alive!
Jethro!
Well, what's he doing in that tin suit steering boat?
There's no two ways about it. I got to get me a dragon dog. I can't hear nothing.
Granny, I'd best get this invincible knight off dragon hunting before you women kill him.
But, Dad, what about Cousin Margaret? He's got to be saved.
If you want to save him, keep him away from her.
You're the next of kin, Jed. Tell me I can take the case before it's too late.
All right, Granny.
Hang on, Marcus. I'm coming. I never know how he's gonna save you.
There you go, boy. I'll hold your pole while you mount up. If you run across any other knights, be sure and tell them about your cousin Ellie.
Okay, sir. Look out, dragons. Here I come.
Look out, Jethro. You got your pole sideways. You ain't gonna clear the side of that. Look out!
I told you I needed a dog. I didn't even see that dragon.
I'm put near there, Marcus. Don't give up. The case is too hopeless for me. Many's the time I've snatched folks back from the valley of the shadow, and I'm gonna do the same for you. No! Jed, the dog is done at your cousin. I'm making you money snatcher. Get him off, Jed! Murder! Murder!
Just wait till I get my sandwich sign.
Mr. Drysdale, surely you're not going to wear that.
Oh, no, of course not.
Oh, good. My colleagues are waiting to discuss the estate.
Oh, here you are, Bradshaw. And walk slowly.
No, no, please, sir. This is a most conservative neighborhood. And the law courts are close at hand.
Oh, excellent. Let's go talk to the judge about my bank reform plan.
Mr. Drysdale, England is not going to bring back debtors' prison.
What about the rack for? Bad check artist. Flogging for overdrawn accounts.
Not a chance.
You know, I may change my mind about opening a bank here. You people destroy a man's incentive.
Charles Evans, sir.
Yes? What is it?
It's Mr. Faversham calling from the castle. He said it's most urgent.
Right. Bring in Mr. Drysdale.
What's wrong with the castle?
Well, I know this sounds incredible, sir, but I got the impression they were being attacked by dragons.
Dragons?
Well, I thought I heard Mr. Faversham say that they had unhorsed Jethro, but it was difficult to tell because there was a young lady calling, "Help, save me," and another lady screaming murder.
Quick, to castle.
Help! Save me! I'm a damsel in distress! Rescue me, somebody!
How's it going up there, Ellie?
And I ain't going worse shucks, Paul.
Seen any knights headed this way?
No, sir, Paul. There ain't a night in sight. And I'm getting awfully tired of just... Wait a minute, I see one. And he's riding through the woods, lickety-split.
Commence bellowing, Ellie.
Help! Save me! I'm a damsel in distress.
Who dragon? Who dragon? Who dragon? Come on out, you dragon!
Too late, Paul. He just run smack into a low limb and got scraped off his horse.
Forget him, Ellie. That's Jethro.
Come on now, don't laugh. I ain't never been dragon hunting before. How was I to know them sneaky rascals sits up in trees laying for you? From now on, we sticking to the roads and pastures.
Is he all right, Ellie?
Yeah, Paul. He's getting back on his horse.
Well, rest your voice a spell and then go to bellering again.
Jed, I've been looking all over the castle for you. Did you see a great big shaggy dog pass by here?
What, is he one of them dragon dogs?
Yeah, he's dragging what's left of Marcus.
What?
Jed, I want to break this to you gently. That dog has ate your cousin. It's true. Grant, there wasn't much left of him, but it's a terrible way to go.
I just can't swallow this story.
Well, the dog didn't have no trouble swallowing Marcus. And we gotta find him. Ah, yonder he is. Well, don't just stand there grinning, Jed. He's gnawing on your cousin.
Granny, that dog has just got hold of a big old ham bone or something.
That's Marcus.
I beg your pardon, sir.
We'll prove it by Mr. Domo.
Faversham, madam.
Never mind the greetings. What's that dog gnawing on?
I believe it's a leg bone of the old boar, madam.
Oh, boar, that ain't no way to speak of the dead.
It's becoming quite a nuisance, rooting about amongst the garbage.
Garbage! No wonder the poor old fellow was sick. Ain't you even gonna bury his bones?
Dare say the dog will do that.
I ain't gonna listen to no such talk. Give me my kinfolk, you four-legged buzzard.
Don't mind Granny, she gets wrought up real easy.
Yes. Oh, I thought I ought to tell you, sir. Mr. Drysdale is on his way to the castle.
Oh, good, good. He can take vittles with us. I hope Jethro fetches home a nice plump dragon.
Come on, dragon. Come on, boy. Look out, you crazy horse. I said stick to the road.
What's the idea of slowing down? I'm in a hurry.
Sorry, sir. There's a knight on the road ahead of us.
What kind of a country is this? You won't bring back a wonderful institution like debtor's prison, and you let some loony Lancelot ride around. Pass. Get off the road, you nut!
Don't you call no knight no nut.
Your loony Lancelot just lanced our tire.
Jed, that big dog has done buried Cousin Marcus.
Oh, Granny.
Come on, I'll show you.
Help! Save me!
Oh, no. Now he's after Ellie.
Oh, no, Granny, that's Ellie's damsel in distress call.
They's coming, Paul! They's coming!
Knights?
Yes, sir, Paul! There's two of them, and they's riding like the wind.
Well, doggy.
Come on, Jed. We gotta say the proper words over Cousin Marcus.
Keep hollering, Ellie. You got them coming in coveys.
Help! Save me!
Mr. Faversham, sir. I'm beginning to wonder whether it's worth the 6 months' back wages.
Please, Jenkins. Mr. Drysdale is on his way.
Another American?
Oh, I'm told he's quite the opposite of the Clampets. He's a businessman, sophisticated, and very, very conservative.
I trust this is not Mr. Drysdale approaching.
Thanks for the ride, Sir Jethro. Hello, I'm Melvin Drysdale. Where are the dragons?
I beg your pardon.
Those wild, dangerous creatures you called about.
Oh, yes. One of them's up in the battlements. One just rode off. And the other two are around the back.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. The Lord giveth, and the dog taketh away.
Granny, I don't hardly think no dog could have...
I don't want to talk about it, Jed. Just get me out of here. I want to go home.
But, Granny, Ellie just hollered herself up a brace of nights.
The rest of you can stay. But this ain't no place for old folks. I don't aim to spend my last days rooting in garbage.